Hi, I'm John Hall, and today we're going to take a look at some helpful tips for navigating assemblies in SOLIDWORKS. Today we'll take a look at some short tools that you could use to navigate, help yourself view, and edit assemblies much faster than you might be used to today. The first thing we'll take a look at is the Performance Evaluation tool. Inside of SOLIDWORKS, on the Evaluate toolbar, you'll see you have something called the Performance Evaluation tool. This will actually tell you a bunch of metrics about your assembly that you can use to analyze and understand better exactly what's contributing to performance hits on large assemblies, but also just help you understand your assembly a little bit better in general. So for instance, you can see how long the assembly takes to open, as well as how long each file takes to open within the context of the assembly itself. This is very helpful for determining what the cause of slowness is when you're opening up an assembly. For an example, you'll see these socket head cap screws take a lot longer to open than the rest of the system, which may mean that those socket head cap screws could be simplified or maybe taken out of the assembly for open speed to allow us to edit that so much faster. Also, you can see things like display performance. This will show us exactly how much graphical intensity each file has by counting the number of triangles that it's rendering with our graphics card. You'll see here that a couple of these components are actually rendering much higher, so they probably have a higher image quality set for each component inside of that assembly. The nice part about this is I can quickly determine whether or not those components are set probably too high for graphics rendering, so that I don't really need to see all of the threads, small features, and tiny little fillet details for those components. I could probably get away with dialing those back a little bit on the image quality to get a bit better performance out of it at the assembly level. You'll also see different settings for your large assembly mode, for your rebuild times, your verification on rebuild, to help you understand a little bit deeper how long it will take to rebuild this assembly and whether or not your large assembly mode is turned on. But most importantly, you'll actually see a whole bunch of statistics about that assembly down below, where you can see exactly how many components there are at this assembly, as well as how many of those are actually unique components. And then you can also see how many subassemblies there are, how deep those subassemblies go layer-wise, and all of that deep information that you may need to know about that assembly itself. Another helpful tool when you're viewing assemblies is the ability to show or hide all of the reference geometry at the assembly level. So as an example, you may have a bunch of planes and sketches that are turned on at each component. You could choose whether or not to hide or show those individually at the part level, or you could toggle them on or off at the assembly level as well. So there is a pull-down menu right here that allows us to hide or show specific items like planes and sketches to get them out of our way. One thing that might be very helpful is the ability to toggle all of those on or off at any given time so we can see the reference planes, or when we need to work on the model itself, we can just click on the Hide All Types option, which is this little eye icon here, and it will hide everything that's on screen so that we can very quickly get all of that reference geometry off of our screen and be working back at the assembly level. Another thing that's very helpful from hiding and showing perspective is the ability to hide or show components themselves. You've always had the ability to grab your component with a click and then say hide, or pick it in the tree and show it. But you also have the ability to hide components with a keyboard shortcut. It's Tab on your keyboard. If you press Tab, it will hide the components that are underneath your mouse, whereas if you hold Shift and Tab, it will bring back those components that are under the mouse and it will just show them again. It's just a nice, easy way to get geometry out of your way when you're looking to select items that are deeper into that assembly structure. Another helpful tool is the filter bar. Up here at the top left of SOLIDWORKS, you could actually type into this filter bar and filter down not only the tree, but the graphics window as well. As an example, I'm looking for a part 0025, and I'll just type that in, and it will filter down the tree to all of the subassemblies and subcomponents that have 0025 in the context somewhere, but it will also filter out the graphics window so that I can easily see and navigate that assembly with just the components that I'm looking for. One other quick tip I want to talk about today is the Assembly Visualization tool. The Assembly Visualization tool is a great way to actually view the assembly and sort and color that assembly based on your own internal metrics. It's kind of like a bill of materials with a lot deeper control over what you're seeing and how you're navigating that assembly. So on my Evaluate toolbar again, you'll see a tool called Assembly Visualization. This will actually allow me to visualize exactly what's happening with that assembly with any sort of metrics I want to measure. So as an example here, we could see all the different files, as well as the quantity and the mass for each. Typical stuff that you would want to see on an assembly bill of materials. Now what I could actually do is I could sort based on the mass, and it will show me all the components and the mass for each. You also get a very nice graphical slider to control the color and the color density mapping on the 3D model itself. You can also add your own columns in here, just like an assembly bill of materials, where I could add another column and maybe have that call out for a different property, such as density, surface area. Maybe it's total weight, where we multiply the mass times the quantity, or maybe we also want to sort by our own custom property that we're tracking. So as an example, I may want to track this based on the material and actually see the material as a sortable field inside of the visualization columns. So I can actually see, if I size this a little bit better, the material listings for each one of those components. I can sort by those, and I can even group them. So we could group the identical items by right-clicking over here on the left and group each identical material based on a specific color. So you get a lot of control over how to view and analyze that assembly. So that's just been a couple of quick tips on the assembly side for today on how to take a look at performance and visualization, and also how to navigate an assembly just a little bit better. Thanks for watching.